Well, we're back out in the shop. It's a hot floor today. Got a little portable air conditioning going. But today, we're going to be doing a little bit of maintenance on one of my favorite fishing poles. What I have here is my St. Croix Premier. And this is a medium fast, coupled up with a Shimano SLX DC reel. Very nice reel. Slight problem though. The line is getting old. And I was out fishing, snapped the line. So here I am back going, all right, what are we going to do about this? Well, while we're at it, we'll do a little maintenance. Let's pop our reel and put this out of the way in someplace safe so it doesn't get hurt. Now, what I like doing is I have this old broken rod that I use a lot when I'm doing things. And since I'm going to be stripping off the all this line, I saw something on YouTube, and I don't remember who did it, but I thought it was a brilliant idea. What they did, they took the line and they taped it to a drink bottle. So here in Florida, you perspire and you lose your all of those great chemicals your body needs to function. So I get myself the Smart Water and use that all the time. And so I'll just tape this on. Now, I have right here the water bottle cap, little 1/4-inch bolt through there, nut on this side. And I got my handy dandy Ryobi drill. Now, this is not the impact driver, it's a drill. This has the ability to set the tension. I'm setting it all the way down on 1 because once I get to the end of this, I don't want to have a disaster of it trying to yank it out of my hand. So let's take this, spin this onto this, take this, tighten that up, and in theory, got that released. And we're just going to pull this line off nice and fast and easy. All right. So we got all the way to the end. I'm just going to trim that off, and guess what? We are done stripping the reel as fast can be. Now, here's the cool thing. I'm going to unscrew the bottle and just throw the bottle away. It's all nice and wrapped on there. Don't have to worry about it. Off to the garbage. I'm going to keep my cap, of course, and reuse it again. Now, while I've got the reel stripped, why don't we pop it apart and do a little quick maintenance on it? So down here, there's a little lock button down here. You flick that. I don't know if you can see that there. There's a little lock button. Flip the lock button, take the cap, twist the cap, and that pulls right off. Our spool, we're going to pull our spool out. Trim that off. Every time you buy a reel from Shimano, it includes a little bottle of oil. So let's pull our little bottle of oil out. You don't go oil crazy. Going oil crazy does nothing but gum up the works, tracks dirt. But right in here, you'll notice that we have a bearing And that bearing, we're going to put 2 drops of oil in. A couple drops of oil in there. This bearing, again, down the bottom, we'll put 2 drops of oil there. 1, 2. Okay. Give this a quick wipe down as well. Two other places we are going to put some lube. We're going to unscrew this cap all the way. And again, we're just going to drop a couple of drops of oil in here. Put our cap back on. Making sure you've got those threads started correctly is really crucial. There we go. They should just very gently screw right on. Shouldn't have to force it. If you're forcing it, you're cross-threading. Now we're also going to put just a couple of drops down here on our the bar that causes our line to feed properly. Just one there, one there. All right, that's distributed well. Okay, let's set this down here for a moment. Now let's talk about line. Sufix 832, I love it. This stuff is great. It casts beautifully, it's strong. I don't remember the last time I actually broke any of this. If anything, I usually break the fluorocarbon leader. Now, this is 11 thousandths of an inch thick. This 14-pound fluorocarbon is 12 thousandths of an inch thick. So 30-pound braid, 12 to 14-pound fluorocarbon, you just about have the exact same diameter, which means it's a perfect match for going through your rod guides, your reel, and everything else without too many hiccups. Now, it's a lot easier to feed your line through the line guide here without the spool in there. Then we're going to bring it out the open side. So, in through the guide, out through the open side. Now, there's many ways of doing this. This is the way I do it. I do about 3 or 4 wraps around. And then I'm going to use what's called a surgeon knot. A surgeon's knot is what's called a double overhand. Once, twice, cinch it down tight. Then we're going to do that again. Overhand once, overhand twice, and then just pull tight. This is how surgeons tie stitches up when they're fixing a laceration or a cut. Trim off our excess. This reel's ready to go back together. Then very simple. So we're going to take this, we're going to push it in like that, rotate, take the off button here or the open button, flip that over. Now our reel currently, I've got this set at 0 and we got to move it to 2. 1, 2. Now it's set up for our braid line. So let's push this back on here. Tighten that up. Now, getting the line on is always a fun part. And Piscifun has this cool little reeling device. I mean, this you just got to love. It is about as cute as they come. Loosen this up. Tighten like that. Nice and tight. Press this. This slides out. Take this, run it through our reel. Now, this just goes. I use 30-pound braid all the time, and so I can get probably at least 3 or 4 respooling of reels using this. All right, and that should be good. A couple of things we want to do here is, one, let's pull off a lot of this. Give it a trim. Now, we're not quite done with our reel setup. On these, to get the digital to work, you want to take the play out of the spool, the left or right side play. That's what this knob here does. Loosen it, and this just rocks back and forth. Snug it up. And when the play goes out, that means it's ready, and the microprocessor inside the reel will be able to work properly. So let's talk about our fluorocarbon here real quick. Again, I have a video on how to do this splice, so we're not going to do it with the big ropes or the cords, but here it goes, real fast, real easy. Grab your fluorocarbon and your braid, make yourself a nice loop, then pull the fluorocarbon through the loop, wrapping around both the frayed and the fluorocarbon. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull both ends of the fluorocarbon. And you end up with a nice little round barrel knot right there on the braid. Now, we're going to do the same thing again, only now we're going to do it with the braid. We're going to come down, grab our braid, start making loops around both the braid and the fluorocarbon. 1 loop, 2 loops, 3 loops, 4 loops, 5 loops. Grab our braid, pull. Now we have a knot there. Now comes the magic. We've got a knot made of each line. We just merely pull them together and pull tight. And now this is ready to go back on the pole and back in business. So I'm often asked, how much fluorocarbon do I put on as a leader? Well, it all depends. You can get away with as little as 6 inches, but I usually do about 2 arm lengths. The reason is that it gives me the ability to trim the fluorocarbon a number of times, tie new knots, change lures, and if I get a breakdown near the lure end, hey, I'm still in good shape. I've got plenty of leader left, and that's how it goes. So coming back up here, we can begin fishing it through. Now, most fishermen, they tie individual knots on everything. I'm lazy. I don't have real good eyesight. When I'm on the boat, it is a real difficult time to retighten lures. So I go with the hack of putting a small swivel with a connector on it. So the Palomar knot, we start by running our line through what we're tying to. Then we go back the way we came out so that we have the lure or the, in this case, the swivel. Then you're going to come along and tie a simple overhand knot. Then after tying the overhand knot, reach through, grab what you're tying to, and pull. And that is all there is to it. This knot will not slip. It is very strong, and it is good to go. Now, one of my favorite lures that I toss a lot with this particular setup is a dark sleeper. And this is a 3/4 ounce weight, which puts it right at the capacity of this setup. But what I like about these connectors, I can change the lures really fast, and I'm ready to go. What's nice about these is fish love them. They look real, and the hook is semi-weedless. It's buried into the stern fin. Great little lure. And this rod, new line, good lubrication, it is ready to go. Not too bad.